Here we are, everybody, the final level, and we are passing by the birthing table that we saw in the intro movie to this episode, and this is called the Queen. So this is pretty much a hive level, if there ever was one, and it is filled to the brim with enemies. It's not so much that the level is hard per se, because I mean there were some other crazy levels just as bad as this one. It's just that this one is more compact, more dense, in terms of just enemy congregation, and you know, it's very prolific with a lot of things, and if you don't save up all your ammo from previous levels, you're going to be feeling the hurt quite a bit in this particular level, because there's a lot of enemies to take down, and you could actually get yourself in far more trouble than need be if you just continue to just explore all over the place. In fact, there's several sections I'm just not even going to wander into it at all. I'm just going to avoid and just not draw the ire of a bunch of enemies and slimes and eggs and all sorts of crazy stuff, and I just wasted a bullet there.
Hail to the king, baby.
Alright, so the main order of business is to get above that purple lake of, or river of lava, I guess? Ooze, plasma, which completely drains your health in a shot. And you need to get this control room of a sort. And you come up here twice. And this is much needed Devastator ammo. I mean, I'm going to be using the Devastator quite more often than I'm used to in past levels. Okay, so this level is pretty ingeniously designed. Unfortunately, it gets kind of stale after the first go-around. Like, you have to go to two sections off to the side, and they play out pretty much more or less exactly the same. Which is unfortunate, because this is a great level and a great design, but just to redo the same challenge twice in a row without any sort of, you know, mashups or change-ups to the either enemy lineup or design, layout of the fortress strongholds on either side of the main canal, it gets to be a little bit stale. Oh gosh, I almost had another death there. Oh, I had an outtake for that. That was funny. But yeah, you want to first go into the water here around each fortress. I want to just call them little forts, fortresses, whatever, and blow up the eggs down there, because it's not so much the octobrains, but it's those little guys that are going to get you if you don't be careful. Anyway, you want to go to the left of the door in each fortress and clear out this area. Don't go to the right, because you're just going to waste ammo and other stuff on eggs and enemies that you just... there's no reason for you to fight them. Not at all. It's just wasting ammo. And right now I need health. So yeah, I've done this level far too many times at this stage. Oh my gosh. Don't you do that to me. Oh my goodness. Wrong weapon, but I'll use it up anyway. Oh gosh, just die already. Thank you. Oh, stupid swishies. I am so gonna be glad when I get done with this level. Okay, so when I clear out this whole area, you want to save this, I guess you could say, swimming gear for later. Okay. The goal is to try and get those gray drones down there out, and... oh yeah, I forgot. Enforcers spawn behind you as you open up the door. That's nice. No real warning there. Now there's a secret right above me. Contains a lot of ammo that you would most likely want to use for the rest of this level, but unfortunately I cannot. Okay, I'm going to use some pipe bombs here, because I don't really want to hop down there and get mauled. Yeah, the hardest part about this particular level, other than of course the boss, and we'll get to her in a second, is just getting inside these forts. Because they're just so well fortified, not so much on the outside, but when you open up those doors, there's just like a ton of enemies, just a friggin' ton. And they're in all the bad places where you just can't unload on them with your Devastator or your RPG ammo, things like that. And they're just put in out-of-the-way places, and the fact that your RPG ammo homes in on quite possibly the weakest enemy doesn't help matters. So you're basically just shooting shots in the blind, and you're just... oh, ow! Ooh, their scratching hurts. Really bad, it hurts. Okay, you're gonna flip these two switches. This opens up. Yep, that opening over there, so you want to get down and underneath in the water. but not just yet. You don't want to go down the center, because there were a couple alien drones that went down in the center, and I don't want to attract their ire at the moment. That's just needless ammo wasted. Okay, this is the easier one of the two, but can be tricky if you're not careful where you're placing Duke. Oh, jeez. Oh, I almost became a pancake. Okay, here's the first exception. I just picked up an atomic health. To proceed forward, you're going to have to get the key that's sitting right next to the atomic health. So there's no real way of getting around that. Oop, I'm about to surface in the wrong area. Oh, good gosh. Get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here! Whew. But there's no good way of getting around that atomic health, so you're going to have to grab it. So that's the first exception of 3. There's 3 exceptions in this level. And, you know, I'm not complaining, and I don't count it against my challenge because you're kind of forced to grab them just to get the keys to progress. So I'm just going to take it as a blessing in disguise and just go with it. Look at all this Devastator ammo. I'm probably never going to use it. They expect you to use the Devastator far more than you actually do in this level. Okay, that's the first primary switch you want to hit, which opens up the gates across the purple canal of death. Now you got to go to the other side and clear out the other fort so you can get to that one switch, just like before, to clear out the second set of gates. It's kind of ridiculously drawn out and complicated, but whatever. It's the final level of the final episode. At this point, you know, they can pull all out, all the stops. I mean, seriously, this episode has provided a lot more fun and challenge than the last 3 episodes combined. I don't even know why that is. I mean, it's like they perfected the art at this point of challenging the player. They took all the mistakes and lessons learned from the first 3 episodes, and they're just like, alright, we're gonna really test the player in all sorts of weird, crazy situations. And that's, whoa, hello. That's exactly what they did. So, as before, you're going to have to do the same pretty much principal strategy here. Get rid of the 2 collections of eggs before you go inside. And before you go inside, you want to go on the left here, clear out this back area so you can have access to more ammo. So, really, your strategy has not changed all that much. I was about to be shot by an octobrain. Okay, now there should be a drone in here somewhere. Oh, there you are. I knew you'd be there somewhere. Whoa, 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 where you? Whoa, hey, 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 hey. Don't get frisky now. That's for later. Ooh, definitely get those boots. You will need those boots for sure. You will die a quick and painful death if you do not have boots on when you traverse the canal of purple death. Alright, so as before, we're going to see if we can get that drone down there, and of course we failed. Let's see if we can... Oh, good gosh. No, 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 no. Oh, okay, see, more enforcers spawned here. Spawned when we weren't looking. Crafty little guys they are. At this point, I'm probably going to be using up most of my pipe bombs, because I don't want to jump down there and get swamped just like before. Huh, okay, cool. Alright. You want to kill the enforcer. The drone is most likely going to hop in the water and surface, desurface, or whatever. Submerge, that's the word I was looking for, submerge. Okay, let's see if there's any other... Oh, hello! Thank you. Okay, definitely want to grab these. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've gotten pretty good at this level. I mean, after all, I've gone through it, I don't know how many times? 8, 9, 15, I don't know. I've gone through this level a crazy amount of times. And I've always failed at the end with the Queen. And I'll explain more about the Queen when I get to her. She is just... oh man, she's all sorts of evil. Like before, you want to get down the surface here, away from the center where all those drones are, and now you have a different challenge. Now you're working with gears. So at least they switched that up a little bit, because before, trying to get into the actual fort, you deal with the same enemies in the same locations with the same, you know, groupings. Here, on the other hand, you're actually dealing with a totally different switch layout. So I gotta applaud them for at least trying something different this time. Okay, and this is exception number 2, to grab the red key. Okay, there's one more exception after this. Okay, I want to get some more ammo here, because I'm about to face a Battle Lord. He's in the exact same position. Another case of bad level design, where it's like you step up, the door opens, and boom, Battle Lord to the face! Yeah, unless you're expecting him to be there, that's kind of a shock. And you're going to get hurt a lot if you don't, you know, have quick reflexes. Wow, he's just a sitting duck there. I just wasted an RPG shot. Awesome. And more Devastator ammo I will never use. It's not like I can come back for it. I mean, once you've passed the purple canal of death, that's a one-way trip. You are not coming back from that, so you better pick up any last bits of ammo, scuba gear, things like that before you make that trek. Because if you don't, well, guess what? You're just... yeah. Alright, I'm looking for more pipe bombs. Okay, that's the dead end there. Did I collect all the pipe bombs? I think I did. Okay, I don't have any more pipe bombs to collect. Oop, chain gun ammo though. That's good. Okay. Almost to the end, guys. Okay, we want to turn on our auto run, so do a little caps lock. I don't want to have to worry about pressing a run button. No, 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 no! Come on, come on! Whew. Oh man, that sucked. Okay, everybody, this is a post-commentary. I have already had this recorded, and that was the third exception right there. That third atomic health right before it opened to reveal the queen. I've lost track of how many times I've tried to deal with her, and as you saw, there was a slight splice cut. There was a reason for that. I have played this level so many times to the point where I'm sick of it. And I would get through the level, easy peasy, nothing too hard, and then I would get to the queen and get utterly trounced through some stupid reason or another. And so in this instance, this was actually my second take in trying to kill the queen, right after I saved and made like a permanent save point right there at the pool that you would dive into to get to her lair. So I saved it, loaded it, started recording, died my first time, reloaded it, and this is the take that actually gave me the win. There's many problems that are here with her battle. As you can see, she keeps spawning other drones. Yeah, and they just never stop, and they really cause a lot of problems for you. Then it's underwater, so if you lose your scuba gear, you have to worry about drowning. And then, of course, she has an all-encompassing water electrifying attack. So there's a lot of things going on in that battle that you have to keep track of. And being auto-run the whole time really, really helps. So there you have it. There's the ending. Well earned. Not all in one swoop, unfortunately. But I'm glad I got it through it, and I'm going to have to talk about more with this level in the analysis. So until then, enjoy the outtakes. There were a bunch. I'm sure you'll laugh at a bunch of them. See you later. Okay, yeah, you don't want to go in the center pool area here because there's a whole bunch of drones. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on the outside and we're going to duck down under here and... Oh, crap, that sucked. Okay, there's a lot of things that are going on in this fight, one of which, of course, is the underwater aspect, where, I mean, if you run out of, you know, scuba gear, you're just going to drown. And I don't think there's a replacement scuba gear in here at all. The second aspect, of course, is all these drones. Okay, I got to find an air pocket somewhere. I am drowning. I am... What? What the heck just happened? Okay, the worst part about these guys is that even though you hit these drones with RPG or Devastator ammo shots, they come towards you, like they push themselves forward in the water when you... Oh, I should have seen that coming. She was getting a little bit close. Okay, that atomic health was the third exception. Okay, you want to get in close and fast against this queen as soon as you go... Never mind. They got to me first. Okay, these guys are getting rather annoying. I mean, it's almost like a waste of ammo trying to get rid of these drones. I mean, she just keeps making more and more and more. So, it's just never mind. I'm just wasting my breath here now. I mean, your first inkling is to try and kill all the drones around her, so it's just you and her trying to get rid of all the chaff. But no, you want to go straight for her. She's the real culprit here. You want to get rid of her, but... Oh, crap. Did not see that coming. Though these drones give you a lot of trouble, they're not the real threat here. I mean, she's the real threat because you have to keep going after her, and you know what? Never mind. I hate this battle. Okay, you know, this boss sucks. I hate her. She just creates too many. It's like all she does. She just poops them out. Yeah, you want to focus on her above all else. I mean, these guys are just chaff in the wind. Go straight. Oh, she was coming right at me. Duke Nukem 3D, Episode 4. Oh, difficulty, where have you been my whole life? After the relative ease of the first 3 episodes, the 4th one is on a whole nother ballpark. It introduces 2 new enemies and a new boss, but it uses all the old enemies to great effect and creates a variety of situations where you are at an extreme disadvantage and you are still asked to overcome all of it. This DLC content was worth the purchase, and assuming its players were already Duke Nukem veterans, it pulled all the stops in creating a challenging ride. For that, this was by far the funnest episode of the entire bunch. Despite a few misgivings with the final 2 levels, but that's my own personal issues. So let's talk about the challenges associated with this episode, shall we? It's Impossible starts us off on a strong note where if you don't manage your ammo stores, you could end up completely screwed at the end when you are ambushed on all sides. I would expect a few deaths on this level alone since it starts at difficulty hard and ramps it up from there. Duke Burger brought me my first actual recorded death, and it continues the drought of weapon and ammo stores from the first level. You really got to manage what you use. Shop and Bag is a devious level with quite a few areas where exploration will truly kill you by alerting more enemies than you might be ready for. It's a bit more lenient in the ammo department, but still requires you to be judicious in their usage or you will be left wanting by the end. Babeland is another one where it hands out ammo like candy at first, only to leave you a bit dry towards the end. The final area just about killed me, but I managed to pull through. A rough level, all things considered. Pigsty was where the episode started to get a bit easier for me. Ammo was more abundant, enemies were placed in areas where you could utilize environmental factors to eliminate them, or box them in with a good RPG round or two. Going postal was also pretty easy up until the final section with the spawning horde. That level took me quite a few tries before I finally got lucky and pulled off a good run. That upped the episode difficulty by a few points for sure. Then we get to a downer of a level with XXX Stacy where the game almost gives up trying to kill you and just throws guns, health, and ammo at you. Like, here, just take my money, just take it! You know? Except it's ammo. Followed up by Critical Mass though, where outside of a few instant death traps, was also insanely easy, given the amount of ammo you got carried over from the previous level. However, the episode finally makes up for that with Derelict and the Queen. These 2 levels, even though I surprisingly got no recorded deaths on Derelict, there's a lot of things that could go wrong with that level, not to mention getting lost in it and introducing more trouble for yourself than is warranted. You could really step into some bad situations that were completely optional like I so clearly displayed during my run. I could have saved myself a lot of heartache and pain by utilizing my jetpack more in the final areas. Finally, the Queen. The hive itself isn't necessarily bad, and is quite on par with what you faced thus far in Episode 4. No, the real problem comes when facing off with the Queen herself. There are 3 major factors you have to keep track of here. The primary one is the multitude of drones she spawns out on a constant basis. They aren't threatening in and of themselves, seemingly content to just chase you around the room, but if they get in your way while you're shooting explosives, that's a bad day. Second factor is the water. If you run out of scuba gear and you aren't paying attention, your battle might be cut abruptly by drowning. Finally, her undodgeable electrifying attack. It isn't too painful overall, but it doesn't help anything either. I thought long and hard if I should count my victory at just one. I mean, I proved to myself time and again I could beat her level with relative ease. It's just getting a good victory recording afterward with her that was the problem. After a couple dozen outtakes, far more than I showed here, I decided to do one good run of her level, save right at her entry pool, and try her from there. It was only a true success on my second try after that save, but it still felt shallow. It seems like something that I could do in one take, but at this point I was exhausted, and I had other projects and real-life obligations to attend to. So, I'm going to count it, but it bumps the score of this episode to a final tally of 7 out of 10. That's a good chunk higher than any other episode in Duke Nukem 3D. I think this is a fair score since I'm pretty sure I could have beaten her if I had more time to dedicate to the project. This episode was clearly a step up from the previous 3, and it was all the more fun to micromanage my ammo because of it. It felt my challenge was finally kicking into high gear, and it was exhilarating. So, to get to a final total score tally of Duke Nukem 3D, I will add the 2 points from Episode 1, 3 points from Episode 2, 3 points from Episode 3, and 7 points from Episode 4. Taking a mean average of the 4 rounding up, we get a solid 4 out of 10 for an overall difficulty score for all episodes in Duke Nukem 3D with this challenge. It's not terribly hard, all things considered. This was quite the easy FPS. So, to up the tally again, it is Retro Challenge Gamer 11, Video Games 3. I'll probably come back to this game and do some add-ons, modifications, or other user-made content. But for now, I'm looking ahead to other games. Thank you for watching this series, and I hope to see you for the next one. Later!